Okay. I think we're live. Good afternoon. Well, good morning, good afternoon for people on in Central Time and on the East Coast. Hello, welcome everybody. I'm Chandra Brooks, founder of the Powerhouse Women and Powerhouse Academy, and the host and leader of this group. I hope you're well. I hope you are going to come on here and join me. I am just going to to make sure we're live in the group to before we get started. If you are here, please conversate with me. Please ask questions. I really want this to be a great experience. Hi, Fatin. So I'm going to check the group to make sure we're in there and we're all good to go. I gotta make a point here. I gotta let everybody know. I didn't plan this accordingly when it comes to coordinating with what's going on in my home and what I'm doing today. I really assumed that no construction was going on today, as it's been going on all week. But we have construction going on today, and it is loud. And I can't tell them to stop because time is money, right? So we got to go with the flow. You might hear a drill, you might hear a bang, you might hear something, okay? But we have some renovations going on here, so I'm just giving that little side note. It's frustrating for me, but as an entrepreneur, you have to go with the flow and you got to make things happen. So if you hear something, don't think anything going on crazy in the background. We have construction going on, okay? And I couldn't control that. Good morning, Angela. How are you? So anyway, so today I'm going to go over the Powerhouse Experience. And what this is kind of showing what I do, when it comes to with my clients. What does being a powerhouse really mean? You hear me talking about it, that you see here on my logo on my live stream. I have it on my shirt. I wear it on my pants. I wear it on my hat. I have it in my background. And really where all this stemmed from. I started my business about 5-6 years ago, and I wanted to do something that was different. I was involved in the community, heavily involved in the community. I sat on commissions, on boards, on different groups as a leader, very influential. I've won several awards in the community. And I had access to a lot of people. I was invited to galas, do all this access, okay? All this access and all this opportunity. And I wanted to do something more with it, right? I didn't know. And when you sit on boards and commissions in the community and you have a lot of power, what happens is that there's a lot of red tape and a lot of politics that goes along with it. So it was hard to really get things done the way I wanted it, to really make a change the way I've always imagined. It was hard for me to do that in certain positions that I was a little controlled by. So as I seen that, I was like, you know what? I'm going to create my own lane. I'm going to create my own movement. I'm going to create my own business that was profitable, but also made a huge difference in people's lives, because that's what I've always been about. This is why this group is called Purpose Driven Entrepreneurs Making Money in a Difference. Okay. So, that's the reason behind I do what I do, is to help and build and create specifically women entrepreneurs, specifically, and even more specific, women of color entrepreneurs that are making money and making a difference at the same time. Because when women of color have money, imagine what we can do, the differences we can make when you have women that really care about their community, about politics, that are giving right back into politics and into their community to build up their neighborhoods, to build up, getting the right people elected into office that are going to make decisions that affect our lives. It's a trickle effect, okay? And it's a ripple effect, trickle effect, whatever you want to call it, that, your impact can create more impact and more impact and more impact. So that's the whole purpose of what I do and why I do it. Okay. I don't. Tell me your names. If you're not accepting the thing, I have to turn my live on so I could see who's saying hi, who's saying good morning to me. Oh, hi everybody. Good morning. Okay, so this is what the purpose of the Powerhouse Woman and the Powerhouse Academy. This is why it was created. I wanted to create more women that had power like me, more women that had influence like me, more women that were fearless, right? More women that were brave enough to take huge risks to build that big vision that they always desired. I knew I couldn't be the only one. I knew I wasn't the only woman that had big dreams and big goals, right? I've always had big dreams and big goals. I just didn't know how to implement. I didn't know how to activate. I didn't know how to have the biggest impact and the biggest effect. So this is why I created the Powerhouse Academy and the Powerhouse Experience. So I'm excited that you're here and you're joining me. I first wanted to kind of go over the four types of powerhouses that I've worked with, that I've helped build, that that I work with and created, to really come to where we are now with what I do and how I work with people. And there was four. We really identified and broke down all the hundreds and hundreds of women that I've coached in the last couple of years, and who they are and what type of women they are, so we can really kind of niche down. And if you don't know what niche means, that means like zone in, right, on a client or on a service that you provide. So really get focused on who do I serve the best, right? And what type of women come to me that need my help, and how I help them to the best of my ability. Okay, so the we have the let's add. Can you guys see this? Okay, so the first type of powerhouse we created, and we created avatars for these powerhouses, and this is the CEO. Okay, this is a business powerhouse. Okay, and the avatar for this one, and this is very clear, dear to my heart. So I created all these avatars for the powerhouse, which is the CEO powerhouse. Okay, and this is J Lo to me, because J Lo is she does everything, right? She's a singer, she's a dancer, she's an actress, she's a mogul, she's a business mogul. She has businesses, she has her skincare line, she has vitamins, she has like all these different, she has a production company. She's built an empire. Okay, she's brave and bold, but still cares about society, right? And she gives back in major ways. And so she is the business powerhouse, and this is what we created for that. Okay, and then next we have the motivational influencer. So the motivational inspiration, this is the motivational powerhouse. So I have a lot of women that come, they want to be on stages, they want to inspire the masses, they want to make a difference, they want to make a change in the world. So they want to motivate, they want to be out there on stage, they want to inspire. I always say, why be inspired? Why only be inspired when you can be the inspiration? Right? Why only be inspired when you can be the inspiration? A lot of us sit and watch people on YouTube. We're watching videos, we're watching TV, and we're like, oh my God, they're so awesome. They're so inspiring. And that frustrates me a little bit, because I'm like, you can be the inspiration. You don't have to just be inspired by somebody. Right? A lot of us feel like that is untouchable. Like we can't be the inspiration, but you sure can. You definitely can be the inspiration. Why can't you be the inspiration? Right? So this motivational influencer is somebody who is on stages, who wants to be a speaker. I just met with a client yesterday, and she created a book. She's faith-based inspiration. She has a wonderful story, single mom. She wants to be on stages. We created a whole plan to get her on a church tour. Okay, so she can be a speaker. How do you do that? You have to create the right materials, the right stuff to pitch and to promote to the churches to get you on those stages, right? There's a structure, and there's a process for this. There's a process for this, and not everybody knows how to do that, right? And I do. So we created that for her so she can be an inspiration on stages at churches across the Bay Area. Right? It doesn't have to be huge. We start in the Bay Area, and what happens is somebody's going to see her there, somebody's going to book her at another place, and book her at another place. So there's a strategy behind that. Okay, so that's the motivational influencer powerhouse. The next one is the activist powerhouse. And the activist powerhouse, this is a movement maker, right? And I really believe in creating movements, not creating businesses. My business and everything that I do is a movement, right? And it's evolved to that, right? I didn't know exactly in the beginning that it was, but it is. And everybody could create something just like I've created, right? It's not limited to just me, right? Whatever movement, whatever thing that you have, your desire to make a difference, to impact the world, to impact your community, to impact an industry, to impact a gender, to impact a certain group of people, you can create that, right? So this is the movement powerhouse. The movement powerhouse is about like, I just want to do this. I want to inspire women to be worthy. You guys seen me interview my client, Mia, right? She wanted to make sure women felt worthy enough to take action on themselves, right? To take action on their goals. And so I helped her create the Worthy Woman movement. Right? It's very similar to some of the similar stuff that I do in Powerhouse, but it's not the same. And what I do as a coach is like, there's plenty of room for all of us. I really have no competition. As long as you're not trying to cookie cutter my Powerhouse Academy, we're not going to have any issues. There's plenty of clients, there's plenty of people for us to inspire around the world. So we don't have to say, oh, that industry is saturated, or that industry, there's too many people in it. Do you guys hear the pounding? If you're just joining me, just FYI, I didn't plan this accordingly. Obviously, I didn't know that we were going to have construction today, and it's something that I cannot stop. So I just had to go with the flow. As an entrepreneur, we have to make it happen. So you might hear pounding, you might hear drilling, you might hear stuff going on, but that's what we have to do as entrepreneurs. We have to pivot, we have to make it work, and we can't complain, and we can't stop and not do it. We got to keep going. So just FYI, if you're joining me, this is what's going on in the background. If you're hearing any noise, let me know if you hear the noise, so I know. If you do, I'm just curious to know if you hear it. All right. So anyway, that's the activist powerhouse. Somebody who has the deep impact, wants to really change lives, because this is how I do it. Like in Powerhouse Academy, I usually attract women that want to make a huge difference. Right. So their actions. When I work with them, I really also, in my Powerhouse Academy, I have courses and classes on how to get involved in your community directly. So you have one foot in business and one foot in the community. So as you become successful in business, you're tied into that community, and you know how to give back effectively. You know who to make connections with. You know how to really take your impact to the next level and win awards and be influential, get invited to galas and big events, and know the mayor, and really have those deep rooted connections in the community that not everybody has. You can hear it. You can hear it, Angela. Okay, everybody can hear it. Yeah, it is what it is. So anyway, that is the activist powerhouse. The next one is the politician. Okay, this is the political powerhouse, because here's, you would think like it's right. It's like two rooms down, and you would think that it's right by me, and it's not. It's so loud. But I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna be resilient and keep pushing through. But the politician, and I've had a few women come through the Powerhouse Academy that really maybe didn't have the exact desire to run for office, but as they joined the Powerhouse Academy and seen the influence, they knew they want to get more involved in the community. Maybe they didn't know exactly how or which direction they were going to go in. This is so loud. Thank you. Yeah, focus on me, everybody. Focus on me, even though you might hear the loud noise. But I've had a few women that have come in, and they weren't sure how they wanted to get involved in the community in a deeper way. And we talked about it. And during our coaching, they figured out what roles maybe they can play in their community, and they ran for office, and they won. So this is this avatar is Olivia Pope. If you guys are familiar with Olivia Pope, she was the star of Scandal, right? That if you never watched that show, go and watch it on Netflix. I think it's on Netflix. I'm not sure where the replays are, but it's an amazing show just about the power and the corruption of politics. But she was very powerful. She was very powerful, and she was very entrepreneurial. She had a consulting company that made a whole lot of money consulting politicians during crisis. Okay, so this is why we have the political powerhouse, and it is Olivia Pope, because I just thought she was the best on that show. Okay, so that's what we have here for the avatars for Powerhouse. Okay, next we're going to go into my vision, the vision workbook that I created, that I use with my clients. Okay, this is specifically what I use for my clients that go through my mentorship program. We just used it through my mentorship program, but this is kind of the process I utilize to help people create their big vision, because some people don't know. They're all over the place. Okay, they're all over the place. They want to start this business. They want to do this. They want to do that. They have big ideas. They don't know how to launch. They're scared to launch. They don't want to invest money in themselves to have somebody help them. There are just so many things going on that they just never take action. So I created this workbook to help you through it. Okay. All right. If you are here, say hello. If you just joined me, if you are just joining, there is construction going on in the background that I cannot control right now. So you're going to hear it, but just focus on me. Do you have any questions so far? Please let me know, because we're going to go into the workshop part of this live. I just want to thank everybody who's here, who's joining me live. Hopefully other people will come in. Also, go back and forth with me if you have any questions as I'm going through this workbook. Okay. So what is a powerhouse to me? A powerhouse to me is a woman that takes no, doesn't take no for an answer, right? A woman who takes risk, a woman who's influential, a woman who's powerful, a woman who has access to people that normally she wouldn't have access to, that the normal person wouldn't. A woman who is resilient, relentless, right? Who keeps going despite what's going on in her life. And I can tell you, as I built my business, right? As I built my business, I've had several tragedies, life situations happen in my life that I had no control over, but I still had to push through. I still had to make a way, right? And a lot of us use life issues or life situations to as an excuse. It's an excuse to not move forward, to not take action. And you know what's crazy about this noise, because it's distracting to me. It's hard for me to focus. Is that this is going to go into a recording, okay? That is going to be shared with several other people and an evergreen. You know, people are going to opt into to a structure and to what I have going on, and they're going to get this recording. Now I'm going to have to record this all over again. This is an entrepreneurial lesson, y'all, is that you're going to have monkey wrenches getting thrown in your way, and you're going to have to work it out, and you're going to have to figure it out. Okay. And if you're not ready to do that, you're not ready for entrepreneurship, right? Because I can be like, oh, this sucks, I'm so mad. You got to go with the flow. You got to make it happen. You got to pivot, right? You got to, you got to, dodge it, and you got to keep going, right? So you got to make it happen. Anyway, so this is, that's to me is what a powerhouse woman is. It's several levels. Okay. Several. Did you guys hear that drill? Drill. Oh, this is funny. This is entertaining at the same time. So anyway, I want to talk about that a little bit before I jump in a little bit more, but I'll talk about that later. I wanted to talk to you guys about something, but we'll talk about that later. Okay, as you see, I'm a freestyler, okay? I'm not super structured. I'm not like, by the book, and I'm like talking and I'm going over a script. We're having a conversation here, okay? We are talking about goals. We're talking about vision. We're talking about building big and major things, okay? So don't take me too seriously. Talk to me if you're here. All right. Ask me questions. So we're going into the workshop part of this session. Okay. So this is a powerhouse workbook to me. This is a vision workbook, create a powerhouse vision. If you don't know who I am, okay, if you don't know who I am, I'm Chandra Brooks, founder of the Powerhouse Academy. I'm a TEDx speaker. If you have not watched my TEDx, it's called Sit at the Table or Be on the Menu, and that is on YouTube. Okay, and I talk about this. This is something that I've always talked about, is that if we don't take our positions at decision-making tables, or if we don't create our own lanes, then other people will make decisions for us. Other people will control our lives. And then we're over here complaining on, why do they do this? And why do they do that? Why did that happen? And why did that happen? And why do they fire me? And why this and why that? Create your own lane. That's what I'm all about, is create your own income, so you don't have to rely on anybody else, right? You don't have to worry about that corporation firing you, because they'll fire you with a quickness because they don't care about you like that. Okay, so creating your own destiny, that's what I'm about. So my TEDx talk was Sit at the Table or Be on the Menu. I am also the author of a book called Black, Brown, and Political. Get informed, get inspired, and change the game. Okay, so this is stuff I've been talking about for several years. I'm not new to this. Okay, I've been doing this work. I've been doing this work in the background, and I'm telling you, there are no overnight successes. People build, right? And you have to start. If you don't start, you're going to be way behind later. So you must take action, and you must get started. So I wrote this book because I wanted more people of color to be involved in their community, in politics. And I felt that they thought politics was too complicated. People would come and ask me, Chandra, who should I vote for? Who's the mayor? Who's this? And I always had to answer these questions on every election. So I wanted people of color to understand how to do it themselves. So I wrote a book and didn't write it in political terms. I wrote it to make sure people just got the basics and understood, because local politics affects you sooner and faster and more directly than any presidential election that state level, whatever. Local is important. So how do you get involved in local politics? So that I wrote that book, okay? And then I created Powerhouse Academy. I created Powerhouse Academy because I was involved, like I said earlier, in the community, and there was too much red tape, too much politics, and I wanted to make a difference, and I wanted to create my own lane. So I did. It's pounding. This is hilarious. You guys laughing at me in the background about this because this is funny. Okay, so I created this movement and I've helped several women start publishing companies, start consulting businesses, anti-racist consulting companies, dental consulting businesses, empowerment coaching companies, second act business builders coaching companies to help women in their second act. I created and I've helped create businesses with several women making bigger impacts with other women and other people in the country. So thank you. Thank you, James. If you're here, say hi. Let me know you're here. Okay. So to create your big vision, right? What is your big vision for your business? Right? That you start there. A lot of people they just say it, but really don't write it down, right? What is that? Imagine you don't have anything standing in your way, right? What is your big business vision? And when I tell people to do this, I tell them to be serious about it. Don't limit it. Don't say, I just want to have a little company. I just want to have a little something. Don't minimize your vision, right? Because any vision is possible. If you guys see the people that inspire you on TV, you see people that inspire you, in your neighborhood or in your area or in your city, why aren't you capable of having what they have? What makes you any different than them? We are not any different than anybody else who's a millionaire, who's a billionaire, right? Maybe some people had more opportunity. Maybe some people had more access. But what are you going to do about it? You can't just sit back and be like, woe is me. I don't have access. I don't have rich parents like she does. I don't have access or have a rich husband like she does. Or I can't do that like she does. Are you going to do something about it? Right? So don't limit this section right here. What is your big business vision? Right? Don't limit this section, right? What is your vision? So write it down. Okay, if you, I'm not giving this document away to anybody because this is proprietary to me, of course, and it's for my paid clients, but I wanted to show you, and you're still getting all the content. You can write all this down on a piece of paper, and I want to guide you through this, right? So this is your big vision. What is your big vision? Write it down. Write down your big vision, okay? I feel like I've been an employee or so that the mindset aspect is my biggest challenge. Yes, Mia, that is the foundation of success is your mindset. This is why I have a whole course before you even jump into my Powerhouse Academy called Rewrite Your Mental Constitution. Because if your mind ain't right, no strategy, it doesn't matter how much you learn today on my workbook, how many videos, how many books you read, and how many videos you watch on YouTube. If your mind is not ready to build a six-figure business, you will not build one. So you must do the work. You must understand that you are worthy. You must understand that you have things that are going on in your head and ideas and thoughts that are programmed because of how we grew up, who we're around, who we hang out with, who we talk to on a daily basis. All of these things are influence in our mindset, right? And how we think, how we grew up. Did we think we deserved it? Did somebody tell us we weren't worthy? Like all of these things have to do with us building a successful business. And if you don't work on your mindset first, and this is something I've learned, I've gone through 12 cohorts with my Powerhouse Academy, 12 cohorts that had up to 8 to 10 women in each cohort. Okay. And I can tell you what I've learned. And this is why I created Rewrite Your Mental Constitution, because I seen that it didn't matter how much strategy and tools and resources I gave them. If their mind was not solid, if their mind was not strong or even prepared to be a little stronger, they would never do the work and they would never be consistent and they would get all up in their head and they would retreat. So it's very, very important. Yes, you have to do the work and seek help. Yes, exactly, James. So I totally understand, Mia. So you got to do the work, Mia. If you want those results, you got to do the mindset work. And a lot of people think my mindset is strong. I have a good, I feel good about myself. There's a difference being confident and being strong, having a strong business mindset. There's a difference. There's a huge difference. So you have to be able to do the work on your business mindset, on your mindset in general, in order to build the foundation, just like a house. The mindset is a foundation, y'all. I hope you guys are getting this. I'm telling you, it's the most important factor to a successful vision, to a successful business, to a successful movement, that mindset. And you all know this. Entrepreneurs who are on here too, you know that you get in your head and you get that doubt that says, oh, maybe you'll start Monday, maybe you'll start next month, let's start next year. Oh, maybe that's not going to work out because so and so, her thing's better, she has better branding, she has more money, she can do this, he can do that, he's better than me, he has all this resources. Like we get in our heads, right? I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, I need one more degree, I need one more certification, I need this, I need that. Like we get all up in our heads and we don't take action. Hello, Anna. How are you? Welcome, everybody. Thank you, Anna Rita. Thank you for being here. Lavanya, Anna Maria Gonzalez, James, Mia, Tanisha. Say hi. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you guys being on here and watching. So did you write your big vision for people who haven't done this with me yet? Okay. Step 2 is validate your idea. Okay. Check to see if your idea is even, like a good idea. Right. And this is what I do with my clients, because sometimes they have ideas. I'm like, that ain't gonna work. Okay, that's not gonna work. Let's tweak it a little bit and find the most profitable, most impactful type of business for you. Okay, and this is why we need outside help, because sometimes we think we have an idea and we sit on it forever and we don't know if it's going to be a good idea. Some of you guys are sitting on gold mines. I meet with women who maybe not sign up with me, and they're on gold mines. They can make so much money, but their mindset isn't there yet. They don't even realize that they can build a multi-million-dollar business if they did the work, if they put in the time, if they felt that. Hi, Angela. Thank you for being here. Okay, so we have, can I zoom in on this? I don't know if I can zoom. Oh, where'd I go? Sorry. Validate your idea. So evaluate your competition. So if you have an idea, are you going to look at other people who are doing it? Okay, go look how they're doing it, what they're doing. Why are they successful? Are they going live every day? Are they showing their products? Are they, are they on LinkedIn? Are they doing reels? Are they doing TikToks? What are they doing right now? Right? That's successful. Okay. So I say list 3 to 7 businesses that are in your field that you want to create, or in your, whatever type of movement. If it's a business, a movement, a nonprofit, whatever you're trying to create, go find people who are doing it and see how they're doing it and make a list of what they're doing and how they're doing it. Okay. So you can see, right? It's not to follow them. It's not to do what they're doing exactly. It's not to copy them. It's to see how they're doing it. You can do some things that are similar, but understand that nobody's you, right? So you can go and create another business. Like to me, I have no competition. I have none. I couldn't even name another business coach to you right now. I couldn't even name somebody who does what I do right now, because I've stayed in my lane and I've created my own thing. I didn't worry. I didn't watch what so-and-so was doing and follow her and took her step-by-step process. I just said, I'm going to learn from my coaches, to implement, to activate, build on my own vision. On my own vision. Who is this? 409 cleaning formula, tried 408 time. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And they succeeded. Do not walk away or give up before your miracles happen. Exactly, Angela. Right? The 409 spray, 408 times. That's why it's called 409. All right. So you got to keep trying. You got to keep going. Okay. How can you make it unique? And this is why I'm successful. And I can only talk about me. All right. I'm successful because I went on my own vision and I didn't copy anybody else. I said, this is what I want. This is what I want to create. And this is how I coach. I'm like, let's not copy somebody. We know what competition's out there. We know what we're working with. We know who's doing something similar to me, but nobody can ever copy you. I have so many people that are hesitant for putting their content out there, for them to start talking about their ideas, because they're scared somebody's going to steal them. And I'm like, girl, please. Okay. If they did, they're not going to deliver it like you. All right. Whatever God placed inside of you is for you, and you're going to deliver it in your own unique way. You don't have to worry about anybody else and how they're doing it or if they're going to steal it. All right. That is another fear tactic that you don't even know that you're doing, that's preventing you from moving forward because you're scared somebody's going to steal your idea. Okay. But you ain't even put your idea out there. You know how ridiculous that sounds? I don't want anybody stealing my idea, but I'm not gonna, but you're not taking action on it. So what does it matter? Right? What does it matter? You're not doing anything with it. Right? Because eventually God's gonna take that from you and give it to somebody else if you don't do something with it. All right. So, how can you make your thing unique? So, this is how I made mine unique, right? I'm a coach, but my coach is purpose driven, right? There's a purpose behind it. It's like there's always going to be messages about giving back to politics, giving back to the community, making more money so we have deeper pockets, so we're more influential. That is my unique factor. A lot of coaches and different, they don't have that unique factor. I bring that unique experience, that unique niche to the table. So this is why this group is called purpose driven entrepreneurs. It's not just called entrepreneurs making money and building businesses. This is purpose driven. We have purpose behind what we're doing, right? And it makes it so much more fulfilling. This also makes it so much more fulfilling to keep going and not give up. All right. So validate your idea by checking your competition and also what is unique. How can you make your business unique from everybody else's? Okay. Your vision of impact. And this is step 3. Okay. How can this business be the most impactful? Right. So with mine, and I can only go off of mine. All right. I can only go off of my business, and I always give you examples of how I've done it, right? How can I make the most impact? So to me, what does that mean? That means I'm going to have 10 women, say 10 women each cohort that go through Powerhouse Academy. I coach them, I help them build something. They go and maybe write a book. They go and maybe build a course. They go and maybe build a consulting business. My impact is all of those courses or all of those women that they coach. It's all of those people that they teach. It's their families, it's their kids, it's their communities. I'm touching thousands of people by just taking action on my own work. Do you get what I'm saying? This is why I say create the vision and the business, and the impact and the acknowledgement will follow. People ask me, Chandra, how do you get all these awards? How do you get this recognition? How does this happen? I say, do the work. I don't do the work so I can get awards. The awards come. I just go hard in the paint. Okay. I don't stop and I keep going. I have tunnel vision. I stay in my lane. I don't worry about anybody else and how anybody else is doing it. I invest in myself. I know that I am my hottest commodity. I am the hottest commodity. I have the big vision. So where are we going to put the money when it comes to my family? When it comes to any extra money that flows into my family, we're putting it behind this dream. We're putting it behind me because I have the vision. Not everybody gets big visions like this. Are you putting money? Are you putting money behind it? Are you investing in yourself at a high level, or are you playing it safe? And if you guys haven't heard me before, what I say all the time, nickel and dime your business, nickel and dime your vision, you're going to get nickel and dime results. You will have a nickel and dime life if you nickel and dime your vision and your business. Okay. So how do you make that bigger? That's the impact that you can create. And once you know that your business can make impact and you're looking at it that way, then it drives you to want to do more. Okay, it drives you to want to do more. So I always advise you on creating a mission, a vision, and values for your business. What is your mission? Right? What is the big vision? What do you see for yourself for this big, for this big vision? What impact do you want to create? All right, so that we do that on step 3. What is your story? And I always say that we all have a story behind our business. I told you my story in the beginning. I created this business because I was involved on commissions, on boards. I was influential. I was well known, right? All these things, right? But there was a whole lot of red tape. I couldn't make impact fast enough. So I'm like, let me stop being frustrated that, maybe I'm not invited to sit on this board or commission, or I can't move things fast enough through the red tape of politics in the community. I'm just going to go build my own. And this is where Powerhouse came, right? This is my story. That is my story. So every time I speak about my business, that's my story. We all have a unique story. What is your story behind it? And I'm telling you, some people are like, I don't have a big story. And I can always pull a story out. I promise you, you meet with me one time, I'm pulling that story. I'm pulling that story. I promise you. Does everybody have a story here? Let me know. Let me know in a little summary what your story is. Okay, in the chat. What is your story? I started my business because I started my business. I want to start my business because. If you haven't started your business, tell me your story. Angela sounds familiar? Yeah, Angela, you know, we have a whole lot in common. Angela is one of my clients. Angela's worked with me one-on-one, and she just joined my Powerhouse Playbook to continue to work with me for the next 12 months in my Powerhouse Playbook. And that is a monthly membership. You get access to all my videos. You get access to me once a week on office hours with me to pick my brain, to ask me questions. So we all have a story. So if you have a story, share it a little bit if you want to. You don't have to necessarily. You think you don't have a story? I bet we all do. James, yes. James is one of my clients as well. He was a one-on-one client. Yeah, James owns a trucking company. Yes, Jazz. Hi, Jazz. Yes, so true. So many want to hide their story, but it's your superpower. Yes, your story is your superpower. Jazz is a former Powerhouse graduate. I appreciate all these Powerhouse graduates and coaching clients that are coming through on here right now and talking about it, because they all know the impact of your story. They all know the impact of working with me and what we do together to really pull that out of you. Okay. So step 5 is, what will you need to make this movement happen? What do you need? So before you even can go and start doing it, what do you need for this? What will you need to make this movement happen? What are you going to need? Right. Yes, your story is your anchor for sure. Yes, Tisha. Okay, so are you going to need money? Are you going to need, a lot of people think that they need an office. Nowadays, you don't need an office. Get that out of your head that you need to have an office. You can work from your laptop. I could work from anywhere in the world from my laptop. I could run a whole $1 million business from a laptop nowadays. Anna Maria, what did you said? I want to start my business. I'm a psychologist and currently finishing sports coaching, and I would like to impact more people to help them build a fulfilling life for them. And you can do that, Anna Maria. You can do that, right? What's stopping you from starting it? Okay, what's stopping you? Right? I want to know. You have the power to create that. So what will you need? Do you need money? Do you need resources? Do you need to learn how to market? A lot of people have all these things. They think, I need to know how to market. I need to have all this in order before they even go try to work with a coach. But what you don't understand is the coach is going to help you figure this out. What are you going to need? Right? You don't know. We don't know what we don't know. Right? If we never started a business, I mean, if you didn't have a business class in high school or in college, how do you know how to start a business? We're not taught this. The educational system teaches us to be employees, you guys. We are taught to be employees. We are not taught to build $1 million businesses. So you have to give yourself some grace and understand you're not going to know everything. So you might as well learn from people who've done it. Right? That's the only way. And when I learned that, I was like, I wish I never paid thousands of dollars in school loans. And I just invested in coaching, because coaching has gotten me so much further than any degree that I have. And I promise you that. I don't know if anybody else can relate, but I'm telling you, it's gotten me further in business. It's gotten me further in strategy and all. It's taught me so much more than any degree has. Okay. I have no clue on how to start, resources, learn how to market. That's why you need help, Anna Maria. Yeah, you need to seek help in order to get there. And I hope that you contact me so I can help you, because it's really not that complicated once you figure it out. Sometimes we feel like we have to figure all these things out by ourselves, but and on our own before we move forward, when you don't have to. All right, you're not alone. You can get the help that you need. So you think about, what do you need resources to make this happen? Okay, that's a question you need. And then, what legacy will you leave behind? This is my favorite part. This is my favorite part, because what do you want your kids to say? What do you want your family to say at your funeral? Do you want them to say, oh, she did well, she worked at this company for several years, and she did good. She was a hard worker. She got up, and that's fine. Okay. A lot of people have stories like that, and I'm not downplaying that. But if you know deep down in your heart, you want to make history, you want to make a difference, you want to impact people's lives in a much deeper and richer way, and you're not doing anything about it right now, you are sleeping on yourself, and you're sleeping on the opportunity to build a huge legacy. So when your family members and your friends at your funeral, they're up on that podium, they're talking about Chandra changed people's lives. Chandra helped these people go from here to here. And this is why I want to tell you why this is so important. So, and why I do what I do and why I want to create more powerhouse women. So to me, a powerhouse is somebody who has influence, somebody who has access, somebody who has, could pick up the phone and call the mayor, could pick up the phone and call city council members, board of supervisors, can call powerful business people, millionaires, that has access to people. It's not about like, I want to flaunt about who I know. It's about access. Okay. Let me tell you something. So about 4 years ago, I got a phone call, and this woman, she's a white woman, and she had a daughter who's mixed, okay, black and white, and she was at a mostly all white school, okay, well, not all white, it was not that, it had a handful of black folks there, okay. So her daughter was listed on the N word, okay, I'm not going to say it because I might offend somebody, the N word hit list. It was called the N word hit list, okay. She was named on this list. They're texting, talking about they're going to bomb, they're going to shoot her up, the machine guns. All they're saying all this, and they're screenshotting all the black people in that school, saying they're going to kill all these people. Okay, I seen this text message stream. This is a school in the Bay Area, only 3 to 4 years ago. All right, so when people say that racism doesn't exist, it definitely does. Okay, and as an activist, I seen it closer. I seen some of the things just like this at a closer level to really say, wow, this is 2021. Okay, this was 2018, 2017, and it was still happening. She was on this list, and she reached out to me, and she said, Chandra, we don't know what to do. What do we do about this? And I was able to make phone calls 3 to 4 years ago and get a press conference, to get the NAACP on it, to get the media on it, right? To bring attention for her to get attorneys so they can sue that school district, right? So that school district won't let, so we can make sure that this doesn't happen again. They're going to have to implement racist policies. They're going to have to implement other policies to make sure that this doesn't happen to other people of color ever again. That's my legacy. So they met with me yesterday after 4 years to give me an update on what happened. They said, you're the only one that would listen to us. You're the only one who took action. You're the only one who did anything for us, right? Who ignited the movement to make sure that this school paid, and this school made an impact and implemented new policies. That's the impact I'm talking about, right? We think so small in impact, but we can really leave bigger impacts. Do you get what I'm saying? And I want y'all to understand this. All right. This is why this is important. This is why creating your legacy and building your movement and your business is so important, because it's bigger than you. It's bigger than you. It ain't about you. It ain't about you being able to go on a yacht. It's not about you going to be able to take vacations. That's going to be a byproduct of all of this. That's a byproduct. That's going to happen regardless. If you go and take action on your big impact and your big movement, your big vision, all of that's going to happen. But you got to do it. You got to move. You can't sit paralyzed, wishing, hoping, praying, what if, and what if. Okay? All right, guys. Sorry, I get on my soapbox and I keep going. I start preaching. All right. That was step 5. What is your legacy? Okay. And step 6 is name your movement. So come up with ideas. Name your business. What is your business? You got to have a unique name, right? I'm good at that. I'm very good at naming stuff, right? And building a name for stuff. Ask Angela. I think I've helped Angela. I've helped Jazz. I've helped Tisha on some names. I helped Anna Rita on her book names and different things. I'm really, that's one of my superpowers, is to be able to name something. Is to be able to name something and create something in your big vision. Okay. So you got to name it. Step 7, creating your confidence in your vision. So in the cycle of working with me, all right, this is what I do. My cycle, I need to build your confidence that you can do this. And how do I do that with my clients? It was like if you are a person, just like I'm going to use Anna Maria, I'm going to use you as an example because you told me what you want to create, right? You are a let me see, what did you said that you do? Um see if I could find what you said. Oh, uh psychologist, sports coaching, and I would like to impact people to help them build fulfilling lives. Okay. You're a psychologist, okay? I'm not sure exactly what kind of business that you want to create. I don't know if you want to create your own private practice. I'm not sure. But you have a degree in psychology, okay? You can definitely create your own private practice on whatever focus that you want to create, right? And you can do that, right? You don't you sometimes you need somebody on the outside to remind you of who you are. And so what I tell my clients all the time is to borrow my confidence. If you don't have your confidence for yourself, borrow mine. And the most educated, the people that think that they're confident, they're not confident in a business and building a movement, building a big vision. So I just like with my own coaches, they've had to remind me, they go over my resume, they go over my bio and be like, girl, are you crazy? Have you seen all the credentials, all the awards that you have? Why wouldn't you think that you're a powerhouse and other women don't want to do that too? I had to have someone remind me of who I am on a regular basis, because we don't give ourselves enough credit for how far we've come. So we needed somebody on the outside to kick us in the butt and remind us this is the importance of coaching and why I continue to pay a coach, because I need somebody to remind me that Chandra, you are a badass. Okay, look at what you've done. And it's all you all could relate to this. You all have done amazing things in your lives. Yeah, Angela, I had to remind Angela. Like, Angela, you've been running successful businesses for the last 20 years, lady. Of course you can teach people how to build a business, right? This is how we created her own business program for women in their second act, right? Women who are retired, women who are over 40 that are ready for their second career and they want to build something. And that's what Angela does. Right. So you got to build that confidence. You have to borrow that confidence. And if you don't have that mindset, if you don't have the belief, if you don't have the confidence, your business isn't going anywhere. So you have to create the confidence for your big vision. Are there video issues? What do you mean? What do you see, Angela? Okay, Anna Maria, you want to move to coaching with elite sports? Okay. Yeah, you definitely can do that as a psychologist too. You have that. You already have a private practice. Okay. Yeah, you could definitely create. I mean, because of what you created, because you're a psychologist, you have a background to be able to build a coaching program. And that, I mean, a lot of people will want to work with you because you're a psychologist. They would want to be coached by you because you are a psychologist. That gives you extra leverage in that. Okay. I think okay. It was stopping. Can you guys all see me still? Okay, I just want to make sure. So you got to build that confidence, everybody. Okay. You're already an expert, but you don't have the proof you need to feel like it. Right. Some of us, and that's such a good point. Some of us need proof that we're good at what we do. And I can tell you, when I first started, I didn't want to charge what my coaches wanted me to charge because I wasn't confident in it yet. So how I coach is like I tell my clients, charge what feels comfortable to you, get out there and do it. Okay. Get out there and do it and get the proof. And then I have them post and I give them strategy and they go and do it. And they're like, oh, wow, this worked. They really like what I have. They really believe in me. They want to work with me. They want me to help them. And you got to get proof for yourself. You got to get proof for yourself. So I say in this space, I want you to list all the things you have experienced that give you credibility. So I have you write down when you work with me, what are the things that you do really well? Okay. Well, name all your certificates, name all your degrees, name all your accomplishments. And we forget about all the things. Some of us lived a long life, right? We're not spring chickens here. So we have a long list of things we forget about that we've done. Okay. So you got to be able to write that. Creating confidence in your vision is so important. Step 8 is bringing your vision to life. All right. What can you commit time to build your vision? So a lot of people say, Chandra, I don't have time. I have kids. I have a job. I did too when I had to build my business. I have clients that have infants. They have, elderly grandparents that they're taking care of. They had a deaf uncle. They had, like people in their house that were living there. Like there's no excuse. There's none. We find the time for the things that we really want to do. All right. So what I would do is before my kids and everybody woke up, I woke up at 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. and worked on my business. They wake up at 7 a.m., do breakfast, take the kids to school, and go to work. I would work. I would work on my business on my lunchtime. I would work on my business on my break. I was a director level, so I had a whole lot of flexibility. So I'd probably work most of my day on my business at work. Don't tell nobody. And if you don't have the flexibility and the power like that, then you do it on your lunch break. And then after work, after you do dinner, baths, whatever, you make the sacrifice like 9 o'clock, 9:30, you're going to start working on your dream until midnight or until 11 p.m. and you do it over and over again. Okay. That is how you do it. No excuses if you really want it. And I'd always say, how bad do you want it? How bad do you really want this? Is it just a little slight dream? It's just a little hope, a little desire. If you don't want it that bad, I wanted it that bad. And I knew it. I wanted it that bad. So I created and I did what I had to do. I invested, I found a coach, and I built it. I was like, by any means necessary, I'm going to make this happen. And I did. And this is why I want to continue to inspire and provide information and support because I was able to do it. And if I can do it, you can too. Anna Rita, thank you. I totally agree with Chandra Brooks for the unconditional love and support she did to me. Thank you, Anna Rita. Anna Rita is a powerhouse. She went through Powerhouse. She's written books. She's impacting the Filipino community in a major way, right? In a major way. And also in the Philippines. She's won several awards, recognitions on TV since Powerhouse. So I'm very proud of you, Anna Rita. Very proud of you. Jazz started an hour a day every night when I had a newborn and a toddler. In 6 months, I have 180 hours in. Yes, exactly. I want it bad. Michelle, you want it bad? Good. Yes. Dolores. Hi, Dolores. Thank you for being here. Dolores is a new client. She's in the Powerhouse Playbook, the 12-month program with me. She's getting started. She already got her nonprofit launched. Yes, she's building it. Yes, 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 yes. I've already partnered her with Angela, my other client. You guys are amazing. Thank you guys for being here. Appreciate it. All right, so let's talk about it. Do you have what it takes? Okay, whether you already know you're a powerhouse woman within you or you're embarking on your journey to find her, the powerhouse movement is aligned for you. And I want to invite any of you who are interested. You've been sitting on it, you've been trying to figure out, what does Chandra do? What is this group about? What is going on here? Like, I need to move on my business, but I'm like just sitting back and I'm not doing anything about it. So there's several levels to work with me. There's one-on-one. You can work with me one-on-one, or you can come in my Powerhouse Academy and we talk about those different options. But I'm going to have Fatten, if you can put my link to book a call with me in the chat. If you are on here and you haven't been one of my clients, right? Or if you're a former client and you want to kind of join and get refreshing coaching from me, you can too, and join my Powerhouse Playbook 12-month program. But if that's for newbies and for old clients who need some refresher and need some support. But my one-on-one, if you're a new client, you're somebody that's never worked with me before and this connected with you and you connected with me, because it's important that you connect with somebody that you're going to be working with that's going to help you build your big vision. If you felt a connection with me, I ask you to make a powerful decision today and book a call. Okay. Because nothing happens great in our comfort zones. What happens great is when we make powerful decisions when it comes to our business. Okay. So, go over this, if you feel like you feel pulled to make a significant impact in your industry and you're tired of mainstream monotony, then coaching with me works. Okay. If you're ready to start living your dream instead of fulfilling someone else's, How many of us are tired of building somebody else's dream at the job we work at, right? Or building, if we're working for somebody else, we're building their stuff and we're not working on ourselves. So a lot of us will give 8 hours a day to a company and not even give 8 hours to our own business and our own dream and our own vision. Are you tired of doing that? You should be, right? Why wouldn't you be? Unless you like to build somebody else's vision, you like to make another company rich, all right? Or if you have a big idea, you know your strengths, but you're not sure how to pull it all together and monetize it. That is my gift. I know how to do that really well. How to monetize that vision, pull it all together, pull all your strengths and figure out what that thing is. That is my superpower. Okay. You want to elevate your name, your platform, and your mission and ignite and inspire the masses. I'm your coach. Working in a nightmare. Working is a nightmare, Mia. Well, Mia, it's time for you to do something about it. Okay. What are you going to do about it? You got to do something about it, right? Okay. You see the value in taking big risk and you want to be seen as an authority in your market. But your discomfort in the spotlight has kept you right from taking the center stage. And there's so many clients I have like that. I have to coach you and teach you how to go live, how to post, how to get involved and make a bigger impact so people can see you and you're more well known. Right? You want to be more well known, you want to have a name for yourself, you want to build that legacy, then I'm the coach for you. Okay? If you don't want to do that, then I'm not the coach for you. Right? If you want to stay small, you want to just live the status quo life and be basic, then you do that. But if you want to take your impact and your business to the next level and you want to really create something amazing, then I'm your coach. So I just want to say thank you for everybody who showed up here today. Everybody who showed up here today, everybody who took a risk, took a chance, book a call with me, okay? Book a call. If you're serious, book a call. I only want serious people. Only serious people. I will not go back and forth with you on Messenger coaching you, okay? I want people who are ready to move forward, okay? Because one, I don't have the time, and you shouldn't waste your time. Plain. When it comes to your impact, when it comes to your vision. So I just want to thank everybody for being here. I hope you got something out of it. This is what it takes. Book a call. The link is in the comments. I think this is our last slide. Let me remove the slide and say thank you all for being here. I appreciate your time on a Saturday morning. Reach out to me if you have any questions. The link is in the comments, and I hope that you book a call. Take care and have an amazing weekend. Bye-bye.